China don't give a fuck about them tariffs. I ain't mad at them. Honestly, I've become surprisingly pro-China in the last couple of weeks.
That's the most hilarious shit.
Is those speed streams?
Yeah, speed.
Yeah.
And then also I'm like, man, these niggas really been like capping, like we really just been getting fed propaganda by like all these other countries, like, oh, United States is the greatest country on earth. I mean, been doing that shit back then. It wasn't like for some years now, but it's like, yo, nah, China's government gives a fuck more about their people than the United States government does, and that is abundantly clear. Even like maybe
finish it off, Josh. Don't let him derail you with facial expressions.
I see where you're going though. You could
okay. You like, huh? I mean, of course,
there's
gonna be some shit. There's gonna be some shit that you can disagree with. Okay,
you cooking, Josh. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, we really goddamn living under fucking Thanos' rule. They got Dr. Doom ruling over there. And one thing about Dr. Doom is that nigga put people first. He might got some fucked up methods.
Yes, he might be mean, but everybody's eating.
Hey, look, everybody got free healthcare, baby.
100%. Nobody's starving in Latveria. You right?
Not at all. And I mean, goddamn, all this advanced technological shit. But anyway, but now, like, I saw a TikTok today of China's vice president of something. Forget the dude's name and his title. But he was in an interview with some American woman on this news station. She was like, well, you know, the United States, if China doesn't agree to the tariffs, you know, y'all could lose. The United States accounts for 15% of China's. That nigga just cut off so quick and said, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care if we don't have any more participation from the United States. We've been around for 5,000 years. For the majority of that time, there was no United States, and we survived. We don't care. Like, everything you motherfuckers get is from China, nigga.
Cap.
Like, y'all, 50% of the shit you niggas get.
Oh, he was spitting. He was spitting for real. Yeah.
Like, we've been around for 5,000 years as a fucking bar.
Yeah.
As a bar. For most of that, there was no United States. But the thing is, like, United States don't make shit. We don't make shit. We are a fucking import country. We don't make shit in terms of like, oh, well, it's great, buy American made. We don't make enough shit to where it wouldn't impact us negatively. So yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, so, I mean, because the aim is to like push us to make more shit, which in theory I kind of
buy more shit that we don't make. But yeah,
well, I mean, yeah. I kind of. Go ahead, Alvin.
So one, and that's part of what I was gonna get at. Like, so good segue. So, and I think I did this too, because I call out a lot of times how there is stuff that we as United States consumers want in mass that we do not have the capacity in terms of raw material or labor to make at the amount that we consume it, bar none. Like that's just what it is in the current state for a lot of stuff. But I do want to call out that what we're looking at is a trade imbalance, right? The United States, depending on what you look at it, basically across the board, is top 3 or 4 across every manufacturing category, basically globally. Like, we make a lot of shit. Like, we're
in terms of making,
we're literally one of the top 3 exporters for most things in the entire world. So like a lot of it is agricultural. We don't do a lot of small electronics, right? So if you look at like small electronics, textiles, a lot of that is import only, and a lot of that is what we consume. But in terms of food products, fossil fuels, heavy manufacturing, a lot of that actually does come from the United States, and we ship that outward. And also a less touchy-feely thing, weaponry. Like stuff like that. Bigger.
So are we assembling our weapons here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 I mean, and again, a lot of it is, to your point, and I like the word that you use there, is assembly, right? So like a lot of the stuff that we get from upstream in that process does come from other places. But assembly, a lot of it does come here, like, planes, all that kind of stuff. So the United States is a manufacturing and exporting powerhouse. Right
now, see, the thing that I want to highlight
that consistently beats us
is,
a
question that I had, and feel free to not spend a ton on this if this derails too much from where you were going. But I kind of highlighted assembly because when I think of the import export, like we got to bring back manufacturing, all of this, the subtext that's not being said is we're talking about human run jobs. Like it's possible for us to export a bunch of shit, but there's no people doing any of this. I'm not saying that that's the case because I actually don't know, but within the things that we do export and our country is the one making them, how much employment is kind of coming from that? Because assembly is where I would think most of the jobs would be. Because raw materials is like it doesn't take as many people.
Yeah, it is. And like a lot of raw material stuff is stuff that we intentionally don't do. But no, your assertion on that one is correct. A lot of it is assembly. And again, even from a raw material standpoint, like if China said like, we'll never give you more rare earth like minerals, like we have deposits, we just don't do it because we'd rather like them fuck up their like backyards than us doing it. But anyway, my whole point is that the United States is in a much better position of strength than a lot of people think. And I think that we ultimately get to a situation where both sides fold. Both sides are probably going to fold because they can posture, we can posture. At the end of the day, globalization means that we both need each other. If we want to be comfortable and if we want to be a little bit uncomfortable, neither of us need each other because both of us are positioned fairly well in terms of what they do from that perspective.
Both will be fine.
Yeah, over like a 5-10 year period, like both countries would recover just fine. Now, what I think Trump is doing, because he did have that summit, well, there are several things. So he did have that summit with a lot of the usual TPP partners. It seems like he's trying to backdoor his way into a TPP style agreement, which is funny to me because the United States GOP has consistently tried to kill TPP. The transatlantic partnership, where it was basically this
Trans-Pacific,
this sweetheart trade deal between a lot of the people in the China sphere of influence. So India, South Korea, Japan, to kind of strengthen that kind of trade partnership as basically a knock toward China. So Bill Clinton tried to get this passed. Barack Obama tried to get it passed. Republicans blocked it. It seems like Trump is trying to, again, with the summit that he did end of this week, trying to backdoor his way into doing that. I will also say that as of this morning, the White House did announce that, again, the biggest thing that China really does provide in mass that we don't have the capacity to do, small manufacturing, electronics in particular, they're dropping the tariffs on that. So like a lot of this stuff it's posturing on both sides. It's posturing on all sides. They don't want to appear weak. We don't want to appear weak. Trump's playing this art of the deal kind of nonsense. I kind of see what he's trying to do. I just think he's doing it in the most ass backwards way humanly possible. And it's going to affect everybody negatively in the short term. Like this is going to be a fuck up. Even with the 90-day pause, this is still going to be a fuck up.
So is the idea here with the TPP trying to form like a mass trade agreement across a bunch of countries that the U.S. doesn't currently have with like those Pacific South Asian nations?
Better terms. So I mean, it would just be better terms than usual. So like all of the countries that are currently like named and
impacted.
Impacted that would be impacted in the TPP, but also that he had the summit with, and he's in active negotiations with. These are countries that traditionally have super strong U.S. ties for a lot of reasons, right? Like South Korea, Japan, India. These are strong U.S. tie countries. So it would just be about strengthening what's already been there. It would be like TPP. Think of TPP like NAFTA. It will basically be NAFTA, but with them.
I don't know what NAFTA. Oh yeah. Wait, that's what is NAFTA again? That's a free trade agreement with
North American free trade.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's Mexico and U.S. and that. Okay, so currently with like the CPTPP, the U.S. is not a member of that, but each of the member nations that do participate in the CPTPP, they've got individual relationships with the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And so the idea is trying to, through these tariffs, getting them to renegotiate a comprehensive new free trade agreement with the U.S. is your theory. Yeah.
It sounds dumb because it is dumb. Everything he's doing is dumb.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, some of those nations, they already have agreements. Like the U.S. already directly has
the United. So
several the United countries being tariffed.
Yeah, the United States has trade agreements with every country that, and this is the fucked up part. So the United States already has trade agreements with every country that he levied the initial tariffs on. Some of those trade agreements were already zero.
Yeah, in both directions.
Reciprocal. The reciprocal tariffs were already zero. And he levied tariffs on them. Or there are countries that came back to the negotiating table and said like, okay, you in my guy, zero. And he was like, nah, we still finna levy these tariffs on y'all. So art of the deal.
This is the dumbest shit ever. Like, I mean, like this
is the dumbest.
Like
now we talk about it being like everything will be okay which you kind of tend to lean in the direction of, because of globalization and like the interdependence of the current powerhouses, which still includes the U.S., that everything will be, not necessarily that everything will be fine, but that the U.S. will survive, that there won't be catastrophic meltdown. But what do you think will be the impact for individuals, like the lived experience of individuals? Because we've gone through a GFC, man. And like, yeah, America's still here, but it was catastrophic for people. Like people went homeless, people's lives were destroyed. So
I'm thinking recession. I'm thinking big recession, man. Like I think Goldman was, before the 90-day pause, they were really high. I think they dropped back down to 45% chance of recession. I'm at 50-50. Like I'm thinking it's a extended one. I think it might enter 08 level recession, but then I think that it's such a manufactured like situation that it bounces back fairly quickly. After it hits that point, it bottoms out. He realizes it's dumb, and then the adults step in, and then they fix it because then they start losing money. Because that's what it ultimately becomes about. I think his handlers aren't losing money. I think his handlers are making money, which is why you see him getting on there and saying like, "Oh, this guy made $1 billion. This guy made
Charles Schwab, yeah, some sort of fucking conference I seen was held a couple of days ago. Not a conference, but they was in the White House, and Charles Schwab was in the Oval Office with some other like key figures. It's like, oh yeah, here's Charles Schwab. Oh, did you know it was a real person? It's not actually a company. Hey, he just made a couple $1 billion today. Good man. He's a good man. He made a whole lot of money today. So. Like the fuck, but
did you know he was a real guy?
He said
this illegal, man.
Hilarious. He said it, bro, because they was talking about insider. They was talking about insider trading. That was what that clip was about. They was talking about insider trading, and for sure enough, they was like he's under investigation for like that shit. But we'll see it when we believe it. Whatever.
Did you see the tweet when so Jeffries Jeffries announced that he was doing it. My favorite tweet was, they're going to investigate him. They're going to find out he did it, and absolutely nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, right.
It's my favorite fucking tweet.
Not a damn.
That seems like what always because all of the Congress people, they make a ton of their. My understanding is they take a ton of their money from just basically insider trading.
Some worse than others, but it's rampant. It's rampant, man.
I mean, come on. It's like just imagine like me and we homeboys. We know what's about to happen. Hey, yo, cuz I ain't saying nothing, but you might want to sell right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just the feeling that I'm having. I'm not saying that based off any information that's from the inside, but I just feel like you should.
So that's what like Pelosi be doing, right? Pelosi will be like telling her husband shit, right? Did you see like MTG was actually doing this shit herself? Like they have her like undisclosed, like it's the investment is undisclosed, but like the amount, and she's just like putting out like. Oh, 100,000 here, 100,000 here, 100,000 here, man. They doing this shit out in the open now, man. This shit's, they're not even trying to hide it.
Yeah. No.
Just evil, wicked fucking shit.
It came out, the Supreme Court. Oh man, fuck. The Supreme Court basically said that Trump will still be held accountable for the shit that he was found guilty of, but it's like, okay, what's actually going to happen? Are y'all going to throw his ass in jail? Like, is he not going to be the president anymore? It's like
just writing it on a Post-it note and say, he's very bad, and we put it on the fridge.
Bad boy. Not even
Don't
a slap.
Do it again.
Just right. Yeah, literally the Post-it note on the fridge.
Yeah,
as a badge of honor. As a matter of fact,
one of his gold stars down. So what do we think is going to happen with inflation, kind of long term? Because there's this story that's being told from kind of the Trump regime, which is something like, hey, look, this is a shock. This is what's happening as we kind of pressure other countries to get better deals for trade and to bring back our manufacturing base, which the idea being that brings back manufacturing jobs, which, as we've discussed, means assembly, not just industry. What does that actually look like in terms of getting jobs back into America? Jobs, not industry, not exports, jobs, and inflation. What's the over under there?
I feel like there was just so many different ways he could have gone about that if he wanted to bring like produced jobs in America. This was not the way to do it.
CHIPS Act, man. CHIPS Act worked. Everybody want to talk that shit about Biden, man, but it worked. They building the foundry here, man. That's all I'm saying. It
brought a bunch of like chip manufacturing roles into the U.S.
Two major foundries, man. Two major foundries.
Okay.
Intel and TSMC. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And do those employ a lot of people?
I mean, they ain't open yet, but they will. Yeah.
Because all right. No, that answers my question then. Yeah.
But I will say that it is it is almost certainly going to be deflationary, because I'm assuming it's not, and this is very cut and dry, and it's not, I would even say not even the biggest thing, but as people have more money and there is more demand for things, that is a driver of inflation. So if everything fucking costs more, that means demand goes down. That means you have deflationary pressure. But at what fucking, to Josh's point, at what fucking cost? At what fucking cost are you trying to get the deflationary pressure from that perspective?
Yeah. Eggs are now $1 and we all have $0.
Yes. Deflation.
This motherfucker really brought everything down. The economy and the prices. Great.
It's back to the levels of Great Depression. And then them niggas that fucking Trump supporters are dead ass in a cult. Like, I'm so happy to see, like, you know, motherfuckers like bitch ass Aiden Ross, the guy who owns Barstool.
David Portnoy.
Yeah, David Portnoy. Yeah, because apparently, like, you know, he was a Trump supporter. Like, I was just as long as it's not Biden, I'm voting for Trump just because he's not Biden. Like, that's now crazy. These motherfuckers on stream. Yeah, I lost $20 million. I just don't understand what Trump's doing. I'm not happy. Like, and then Aiden Ross like, why am I poor? Like, I lost all this money in stocks. Like, why am I poor now? Like, fuck y'all. Like, it's just
couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Right, all of them.
Well, there you go. We'll see what happens. Shit.
So yeah, keep on doing it, Trump. I mean, I don't know, because it is really amazing. Because like this nigga's doing every fucking thing he said he'd do, and then some, and then a lot more. As a matter of fact, like shit that wasn't even on the docket.
Bro, we still not even out the first 100 days. I looked that up the other day. I was like, oh damn, we still not even finished with those first 100 days.
It's not even the first. It's not even like H2 yet.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah. What's H2?
Second half of the year.
Oh,
H1 is first half. H2 is second half.
Got you. Okay. Gordon Gekko over here. Got you.
Hey, nice. Man, you know, this corporate job helps that every now and then. What's working for Thatherton? Yeah, you got me.
What's that from?
Instead of Strickland Propane, I was Thatherton.
Oh, yeah.
Mom and Pop Corp.